The U.S. government continues to shock me in how depraved they are. So as we know, this whole thing is unraveling as quickly as possible, even with Iran showing impressive restraint as people in Iran are assassinated, as their scientists have been assassinated for years, as possibly their president was assassinated. They've shown an impressive amount of restraint to only go after military targets and to only fire on Israel. Really, just 2 days have they fired at Israel. And Israel wants to create an all-out war with Iran. The U.S. knows this would be catastrophic and quickly could become some sort of nuclear war between the U.S. and Russia or others. And so supposedly they're trying to, lightly get Israel to just lightly back off on certain things. This is the Jerusalem Post. So this is Israel-approved headlines. I mean, that's what Jerusalem Post is. So U.S. to give Israel compensation, quote unquote, if it hits acceptable targets in Iran. Basically, the U.S. is going to bribe Israel to only bomb the things that the U.S. thinks it's okay to bomb in Iran, which is so unbelievable on so many levels. First of all, you have the fact that isn't the U.S. bribing Israel all day, every day? I mean, the U.S. sends missiles and bombs to Israel every 36 hours, mass shipments of bombs to Israel, billions and billions of dollars shipped to Israel. Meanwhile, we can't even take care of hurricane victims in our own country, but Israel wants more. So apparently the U.S. is now going to bribe Israel to only hit acceptable targets. Now, I would assume one of the biggest things in only hitting acceptable targets is to not go after Iran's oil infrastructure, because the U.S. fears that this could cause larger repercussions. Iran could shut off the Strait of Hormuz, and then the U.S. and others and allies can't get oil through there. They're afraid that going after the oil infrastructure could have massive ramifications. It could cause it likely would cause the price of oil to spike. This could be bad for U.S. Your average U.S. citizen, which means bad things for the election, for Democrats. If all of a sudden the gas at the pump is $10 a gallon, there's so many little things like that are important to the U.S. government, the Beltway class. On top of that, it could mean that because a lot of Iran oil goes to China, all of a sudden China would resort to getting their oil from Russia, and this could help Russia a lot in their ongoing proxy war with the United States. So there's a lot going on there, but the U.S. has reportedly offered Israel a compensation package if it refrains from attacking certain targets in Iran. The package would include a total guarantee of comprehensive diplomatic protection. I guess this means that if they were ever arrested under these warrants out for Netanyahu and others by the ICJ, then the U.S. would threaten to bomb the ICJ. I don't really know. As well as weapons packages, and was offered directly in return for holding off on striking certain targets in Iran. Israeli officials responded saying, "We consider the United States and listen to them, but we will do anything and everything we can to protect the citizens and security of the state of Israel," which means we will do anything we can to keep our genocide going. That is what they're saying. I know it's a tough language to really to take in, but when they say security of their citizens, they mean we want to keep genociding. It's tough to figure it all out, I know. But the former head of the CIA, Leon Panetta, and normally I wouldn't take anything a CIA person says, it wouldn't matter because they're just endless liars. However, Leon Panetta, since he is no longer with the CIA, has shown a little bit of a tendency to kind of swing for the fences. He's the one that on live international television called the war in Ukraine a proxy war and said it doesn't matter what other people call it, it's a proxy war. He's also the one who said that Israel committed a terrorist attack in Lebanon. So, in his old age, he apparently seems to be speaking some truth. Former Secretary of Defense and CIA Director Leon Panetta, former CIA director, said the war in the Middle East is at a crucial point now, and future actions will signal whether there will be an imminent full-scale war. The bottom line is going to be what happens militarily and whether or not Israel can possibly limit its response or whether it goes all out. If it goes all out, then Iran is going to respond as well. He's basically saying that the next few days and weeks will tell us whether we're in full-scale war between Iran and Israel. And God knows what that will look like. Just endless numbers of innocent people killed. I'm sure there's people out there especially in the United States, who look at this as a video game and they go, well, maybe Iran will attack Israel. And if they're anti-Israel, maybe they'll they're thinking to themselves, Iran will attack Israel and then Israel will be done. Or if they're pro-Israel, Iran will attack Israel and then Israel and the U.S. will go in and they'll destroy Iran and then it would be over. So good. The number of innocent people that would die in either one of those scenarios is unbelievable. And so to sit here and just look at a video game and go, oh, well, yeah, it's going to be great. Iran's going to get wiped out or Israel's going to get wiped out. It's repulsive. Yeah, I think a lot of the people, especially in the West, do not understand the reality of war. It's absolutely repulsive. No matter whether your quote unquote side, like a football team, is winning. Okay. You can't sit there while babies are obliterated and where you got a foam number one hand going, yee-hoo, yay. Yay! Look at that kid blown apart. Woo! None of it's good. None of it's good. The only thing that would be good is diplomatic solutions, is literally sitting down and figuring this shit out like goddamn adults. Panetta said in the last 70 years, Israel has, quote, has never been able to achieve militarily the goals that it's been after, a pattern that could impact future actions of the Israeli military government. That's a pretty gut-wrenching admission from the former CIA and former Secretary of Defense to Israel. Hey, Israel, just want to point out here, you have never actually been able to achieve militarily in the past several decades what you thought you could. So keep that in mind.